Hey there, this is Jim Donovan. Welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in. I'm really glad you're here. Today we're going to be talking about my tried and true drug-free sinus clearing strategy to help you get breathing easier all year round. Before we get started, I'd like to invite you to take advantage of a free resource I made for you. It's called the SoundHealth newsletter. In it, I share the latest research in music and health. Plus, you'll learn music and wellness exercises that you can use every day to feel your best. You'll also get discounts and first access to all of my products and events. Remember, it's completely free. Just come visit me at donovanhealth.com to get started today. That's donovanhealth.com. Now, I love living here in Pennsylvania, where I get to experience all four seasons. I especially love the autumn time, when the tranquil green of the summer begins bursting into a patchwork of vivid reds, oranges, and yellows. And even though I've been watching the seasons change for decades, I still sometimes find myself in awe of the beauty we welcome each season. And I especially love all of our family's fall traditions and how autumn stimulates all of my senses. In the back of my mind, though, I know that from early September to mid-October, ragweed pollen and mold from the woods full of damp leaves are going to drive my nose crazy. The itching, the sneezing, the runny nose, the congestion, and then the cycle repeats. To quell this seasonal misery, I used to take over-the-counter antihistamines, and they worked for a little while until all the side effects made me question if it was really worth it. My nose and throat were always bone dry, and I felt like I was in a constant cloud of brain fog and drowsiness. And the early evening mood crashes were no picnic. It was all starting to take its toll. So I started searching for alternatives. Fortunately, I found sound to be a highly effective pill-free solution, and one that I'm able to rely on when the change of seasons starts to affect me. In fact, several studies have shown that sound, specifically humming, is an effective method for relieving sinus congestion. When you have a stuffy nose, air and mucus are trapped inside of your sinuses, which can potentially turn into a painful infection. But when you hum, these self-generated vibrations naturally open up the sinuses and increase the level of nitric oxide in your bloodstream. And every time you exhale through your nose, you release nitric oxide. Why is this so important? Well, nitric oxide plays a number of critical roles in your body. But one of its most important jobs during allergy season is to help protect your nasal passages by destroying deadly infection-causing bacteria. Plus, nitric oxide is a vasodilator, meaning that it helps relax your arteries so that blood, nutrients, and oxygen are able to travel throughout your body much more efficiently. And research illustrates how humming can help you get more of this all-important natural substance. A 2002 study published in the American Journal of Respiratory and Critical Care Medicine compared airflow and nitric oxide levels in participants who hummed as they exhaled and a group who did not. The study participants, who were men ages 38 to 48, were fitted with masks that allowed levels of nitric oxide to be captured and measured. The subjects were then instructed to hum for 5 minutes. The researchers found that the humming produced a 15-fold increase in airflow and increased nitric oxide levels. The researchers concluded that humming is an effective and non-invasive technique to both achieve and maintain healthy sinuses. Research also shows humming can help eliminate chronic sinus infections. In another 2006 case study published in Medical Hypothesis Journal, researchers reported on a subject with a severe chronic sinus infection. One night, the subject was instructed to hum for 1 hour at a rate of about 18 hums per minute, right before bedtime. The following morning, the subject reported breathing easily through the nose for the first time in over a month. Even better, it didn't take nearly as long to get relief after that. The next day, the subject hummed for approximately 3 to 7 minutes, approximately 60 to 120 total hums, 4 times a day, with one session right before bedtime. And after just 4 days of following this protocol, the person's chronic symptoms were gone completely. What I want to show you next is a scientifically proven method and one of my go-tos to clear my clogged sinuses and soothe irritated nasal passages. This exercise can also be done preventatively when you feel those all too familiar allergy or cold symptoms coming on. Preferably, you'll want to do this right before bedtime to ensure better sleep and support your body's healing process. You might also want to have some tissues on hand. So this exercise is called humming for sinus relief. What you're going to do is you're going to close your mouth so that your jaw is relaxed and your teeth are gently touching. You'll keep your mouth closed for the entire duration of the exercise. Now, located on each side of your face, right above the outer rim of your nostrils, is an acupressure point that relieves sinus pressure. Using the tips of your index and middle fingers, gently apply pressure to that point. You'll lightly push down just right beside each nostril while pulling your fingers towards the side of your face. When you do this, you should feel your sinuses open up slightly. Then, you can start a timer for 5 minutes when you do this on your own, okay? So it'll keep you on track. But we'll do a few right now together. Remember, we have our fingers right at the sides of our nose. We're pulling the sinuses open. And then we're going to inhale deeply through the nose if you can, or if you can, just do through the mouth. And as you hold those points, we're going to hum and press the fingers right on that acupressure point. Ready? Remember, your teeth and molars are all together, so your molars are touching. We're still holding those points open. Breath in. Again. Two more. And last one. Good. Take a breath in and just let it go. Take a moment to notice how your nose feels after that. Feel free to blow your nose if you need to. When you're doing this on your own, remember to set a timer for 5 minutes. See if you can do it for the entire time. And as you feel comfortable, feel free to increase the amount of time that you're doing the humming. It's my hope that you can use these techniques to help find relief so that you can spend more time enjoying yourself. If you found today's episode useful, be sure to share it. Feel free to send me your thoughts. You can send me email at feedback@donovanhealth.com, or you can jump over to our Facebook page, which is Jim Donovan Soundhealth. Leave a comment there. I would love to hear the stories about how this is working for people. And if you'd like to hear more content like this, it really helps us when you subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. That's it for today's show. Thanks again for spending time with me. Remember to join us on our social media channels. You can search Jim Donovan Soundhealth on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Now, before you go, I'd like to let you know about a free resource I made for you. It's called the Soundhealth newsletter. In it, I share the latest research in music and health in an easy-to-understand form. I also share beginner-friendly music and wellness exercises that you can use every day to feel your best. When you sign up, you also get discounts and first access to all of my Sound Health products and events. Remember, it's completely free. If you'd like it, just visit donovanhealth.com and enter your name and email address, and I'll start sending you new issues right away. While you're on the website, you can also read full transcripts of this show and check out a ton of other valuable resources. If you have any feedback, send me an email to feedback@donovanhealth.com. All the information presented on this show is for educational purposes only and should not be considered medical advice. Lastly, come and visit me on our SoundHealth Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube channels. I'd love to see you there. The SoundHealth podcast is produced by OmniVista Health Learning and Donovan Health Solutions. For SoundHealth, this is Jim Donovan. See you next time. Take care.